Psalm 118, verse 24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Explanation. An invitation to celebrate God's goodness daily. 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Explanation. Emphasizes reliance on God's grace in our weaknesses. Romans 12:18. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Explanation. Encouragement to seek peace in relationships. Matthew 5:16. Let your light shine before others. Explanation. A call to reflect God's glory in our actions. Ephesians 3:20. Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Explanation. God's ability to exceed our expectations.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving into some seriously powerful verses today.
Yeah, looking at how they can, offer guidance and inspiration for everyday life.
Exactly, and I think what's really cool is even if you've heard these verses before, we're going to kind of unearth some fresh perspectives.
Always something new to discover.
For sure. So are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, let's kick things off with a verse that always feels like a warm hug to me.
Oh, I like that.
It's Psalm 118.24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
It's so simple,
Right?
but profound. It's like an invitation to just embrace the present moment, be present.
Totally. And it makes me think about, there's actually been studies on gratitude
Oh, yeah?
and how, acknowledging each day as a gift can really have a positive impact on our mental well-being.
Makes sense. You shift your focus from what you lack to what you have.
Yeah,
And it cultivates this sense of contentment and joy.
absolutely. So instead of just rushing through our to-do list,
Yeah.
we can actually pause and appreciate the beauty around us.
The connections we have.
Yeah, even the simple act of breathing.
Yeah, I love that.
So Psalm 118.24, beautiful foundation for approaching each day with open hearts and minds.
Absolutely.
But what about those days? We
Right.
all have them where we're facing hardship, where things are tough. What
Well,
about those?
Yeah, those are inevitable.
Totally. And that's where I think 2 Corinthians 12.9
Uh,
offers a really powerful perspective.
okay.
It says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.
Hmm.
This verse has always resonated with me.
Mm.
And actually thinking about it now, I'm remembering a time when I was going through a really tough period.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just feeling lost and overwhelmed.
I think it's in those moments of vulnerability,
Wow.
when we often discover a strength that we didn't even know we had.
Yeah.
It's like the verse reminds us that we don't have to face these challenges alone.
Right.
It's not about denying the struggles, but it's acknowledging that God's grace is there.
It's sufficient.
It is sufficient, and it can flow most freely when we let go of the need to always be self-sufficient.
Yeah, it's like surrendering to something bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely.
It's almost like our weaknesses become these doorways
Yes.
for God's strength to come through.
I love that.
And that actually leads us beautifully into the next verse, which is focusing on our relationships with others.
Okay, yeah.
Romans 12.118 says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. That one could be challenging.
Absolutely, because peace isn't always easy.
Especially in a world where, there's so many different opinions and perspectives and
It's a complex world,
yeah,
right?
yes. And this verse doesn't try to sugarcoat that.
No, it
The
doesn't.
complexity of relationships.
It emphasizes personal responsibility,
It does.
encouraging us to actively seek peace. Be a bridge builder instead of a wall builder.
I love that.
And even when disagreements arise, you can still approach those conversations
Yeah.
with respect and understanding,
Yeah. Lead with empathy.
even when it's hard.
Yes. Which is, it's easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
But I think it's a good reminder. And speaking of, making a positive impact and letting our, empathy shine through, Matthew 5.15 tells us, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven.
I love that one.
It always makes me think of that quote by Nelson Mandela, What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Right.
And it highlights how our actions have a ripple effect.
They do.
You know, even small acts of kindness and generosity, they can inspire others. They can illuminate the world. And it's like our lives become a reflection of God's love in action.
Absolutely. All right, so to wrap up our deep dive today, I want to go to Ephesians 3:2. And this is a verse that every time I read it, I'm just filled with awe and wonder.
I know that feeling.
It says, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us."
Wow.
It's like this cosmic invitation
It is.
to dream bigger, to believe in the impossible.
It really blows the roof off our limited thinking.
It does. It reminds us that God's power isn't bound by our own finite understanding or expectations.
It's an invitation to surrender to the mystery and possibility that something beyond our wildest dreams might be unfolding.
Right. So as we resurface from this deep dive, let's carry these verses with us. Let their wisdom kind of guide our steps. We're reminded to embrace each day as a gift, to find strength in our vulnerability, to be peacemakers, to let our light shine, and to believe in that boundless power that resides within each of us.
Yeah, and as you go about your day, think about which verse resonates most with you right now. How can you weave its message into your life today? Maybe it's choosing gratitude, even when you're stressed, or offering kindness to a stranger. Each small act, it can make a difference.
It really can. And on that note, that's our deep dive for today. Until next time.
Thanks for joining us.